All right, so here we go again today. The Grande Pacific's visiting the Nickel Plate and Western, and that is not a finalized name. And this is Dave Hustoff, and he is in Louisiana, southeastern Louisiana. And believe it or not, Dave got into this year. Dave retired and never has played with trains, and this is where we stand right now on the railroad. This is Dave's track plan. The only part we're working on right now is the part against the wall, which is pretty amazing considering that we've never touched this and done it in his entire life. So this goes to show you people, be creative and you can do it too. So in this short period of time, and we started with the backdrops and a wall, and I posted pictures on the Grande Pacific Railroad Facebook page of as this progressed. And he worked his way from this corner here and got the mountains and the rocks and the background scenery done as he went along. And he has reached over here into building a trestle. And we have a creek. So, and this gives you an idea of his construction techniques. And of course, you see the lighting as it exists with the LEDs. And this is the strips of LED lighting for the background scenery. Drop it in here. Very simple valance, masonite, and 1x3s in here to hold it out. You can't get any simple. Now, Dave has built all this by himself. Hand built. This is a scratch built trestle that he put together. And all the scenery. These are all, of course, Soundtrack's engines, Soundtrack's cars. Excuse me. Blackstone from Soundtracks. Okay, got to get that straight. Sorry, George. But anyway, great. Probably the greatest thing about HOn3, which this is, it's the greatest running equipment in the world. People, I got some one engine and it's fantastic. So small, but so good. So we have all these things that he's put together. Now, I want to make a point here. These two buildings, these are model builder buildings, a program. And Dave's going to reach in here and take the roof off. He did this all on his own. You produce the sidings and it's all done with printed out paper and put on, he glued them on out of the model builders program. Great way to create your own individualized buildings and backdrop signs. Now, along the back wall, you see some of the Walters backdrops behind his buildings. The scratch-built buildings that he has gotten his hands put together. Again, a lot of detail makes the big difference on all of this type of railroad. To include, to notice, we're still pouring water into the water tank. He's trying to get it cleared up and deep enough, and he's using the Woodland Scenics epoxy to put the water in. Where that engine's sitting, he'll have an engine building, and we'll have a coaling tower here. Hand-built or modified turntable that he put together. Some of you may have recognized this, but it's a great example of effectively using something that was there and making it into something else. I'm not going to tell you what it was. I'll let those of you who know what it is figure it out. And of course, we go through the wall here, and his staging is going to be in the closet. Okay, I'm not going to open the closet up because he hadn't gotten to that part yet. But as we come around, this is the rest of the room. And this will be an island. And then there'll be a switchback over there on that short part of the wall that will lead up to a big mine. in a mining operation. So this is the Nickel Creek in Western, and this is Nickel Creek. So if you don't think you can get creative, people, you can. This is an outstanding example of a very simple model railroad that has taken place and reaching out in a very short period of time. So hats off to Dave, and we'll be following up and keeping up with this as time goes on, and we'll get trains running here in the next video, and everybody will go crazy. Now, talk about simple DCC system to power it all up. There's your plug-in, there's the power transformer, and there is your DCC system right there, an NCE power cab. It's about 2 amps. It'll run everything on this railroad. So, you know, under $200 for you will have your complete control system. It's quite capable of doing a whole bunch of things. Okay, so we got a little sound here. This engine's programmed to do all the things as you, when he stops it, it hits reverse, and then he backs up. All the horn and sounds are all programmed in the engine automatically. I tell you what, when you get into this Blackstone models and the soundtrack system in it, believe me, people, this is just absolutely amazing. What an experience. Outstanding. Okay. So which was the one we got the sound put in?
That was what, 463? I could bring that one up. That's a beautiful. What's that one?
One of the interesting things here was he's out there looking around, and of course there's a lot of this stuff on the internet, and this engine was thing, and being a new person, didn't quite, you know, he says this is a great price, and he bought it. So we have the engine comes in, and he says, I can't get it to the sound to work. And I says, well, after we looked at the box, I said, it doesn't have sound in it. So So we sent it to Soundtracks, and luckily enough, they had a sound system to match this exact engine in stock. So they did it and put it in, and believe me, even with the price off of eBay and sending it to Soundtracks and having it put in, it was still a great buy. I will warn you, if you get something like this, you need to call Soundtracks and talk to them first, because with some, you know, in the case of this, they don't keep endless supplies of equipment for these engines, and sometimes things get changed around, so at some point in time there's not going to be spare soundboards and stuff to put in them. Okay, so there we have it. Another great running locomotive. Okay. just a little comment here while you're at the National Narrow Gauge Convention. Eat your heart out, okay? Alright? So, we've kind of reached the end of track here. So, simplicity in construction, people. You do not have to overkill things. Okay? 1x3s. Okay? Lowe's, Home Depot, they all sell them. Very simple to cut. Very simple construction. You know? Put your base in and you're ready to go. Wiring in this case is not complicated at all. Very simple.